How would you like to experience more joy, more purpose, and more confidence in the midst of change and uncertainty? In today's video, I'm going to share with you 3 ideas from 3 different books to help you feel more purpose, more joy, and more confidence in the midst of change and uncertainty. Hello and welcome back to the Making Hope Happen series. I'm Lori Maids. Thank you so much for joining me today. We will keep this one short and sweet. Big idea number 1, or I think we could call it a step, is to accept what is. This is the reality of the change that you're in. This is what's occurring. And not only accept it, but we want to do what Byron says, which is to love what is. She wrote a book called Loving What Is. And one of the things she says in the book that is absolutely hysterical is, when I argue with reality, I lose, but only 100% of the time. Isn't that awesome? And the other thing she says in the book is, arguing with reality is like teaching a cat to bark. In the book, she gives us a 4-step process to help us turn things around when we're not loving what is. So if you want to learn that 4-step process, you're going to want to check out that book. Another thing in the book that she offers is a mindset of, how is this happening for me? So when anything happens to us, she encourages us to trust in the universe, to trust that this is happening for a reason, for the betterment of ourselves, for the betterment of the planet, for the betterment of our growth. Loving what is step number 1 to give us more purpose, more joy, and more confidence in the midst of uncertainty, challenge, and change. Big idea, or step number 2, comes from Byron Tracy in his book, Focal Point. He basically says it's up to us, like, take responsibility. Nobody is going to care about you or your life or your career or your joy and happiness as much as you are. We have to take ownership for our well-being, for our goals, for our aspirations. Our purpose in this case is to reduce the uncertainty by taking ownership of what we want, taking responsibility for our well-being, for our joy, for our long-term success in career, in love, in life. That's step number 2. So again, step number 1, Byron Katie, love what is. We can't be in joy if we're resisting what actually is. And if we really want to 10x our joy, we want to bring gratitude to it and love what is. Thank you, Stoic Gods, for sending this into my life. Step number 2, take responsibility, take ownership, give yourself purpose in the situation you're in. No one's going to care about your life, your relationship, your well-being, your career more than you. If it's meant to be, it's up to me. And big idea number 3, or step number 3, give yourself a project. This comes from the book, The How of Happiness by Sonya Lyubomirsky. And what she says is that happy people have projects. When my world was turned upside down at the end of November, I gave myself a project. 100 days of tools, tips, and ideas to help you and me more effectively navigate change, master our transitions, and make our dreams come true. This project gave me purpose. Not only that, but it fulfilled the requirements of what makes a good goal a good goal. When it comes to taking on projects and creating projects for ourselves, we want them to be meaningful, we want them to be challenging, we want them to be doable. And if you want to 10x, 100x it, make it a project that contributes to the life and the well-being of others. And when it comes to the 100-day challenge of making hope happen, I hit all 4, which helps create that activation energy to keep me engaged in the project, which reinforces my commitment to love what is and to take responsibility for my life and my career. That's it for day 92 in the Making Hope Happen series. If we want to experience more joy, more confidence, and more purpose in the midst of uncertainty, change, and challenge, we'd be wise to do what Byron Katie says, to learn to love what is, do what Byron Tracy says, to take responsibility, and do what Sonya Lyubomirsky says, give yourself a project. Happy people have projects. If you got value today, give me a thumbs up. If you know someone who would benefit from this video, please share it with them. I'm on a mission to help build a happier, healthier, more loving world. If you like this video, be sure to check out these videos here. I think you'll dig them. Until next time, I hope you have an awesome night. Much love. I'll see you tomorrow.